Hello and welcome to the very first episode of the ParaBiz video show. I am your host, Jacob Talbert. Remember to follow us on Gab and Twitter at ParaBiz. That is ParaBiz. Subscribe to ParaBiz Media on Rumble, YouTube, BitChute, Spotify podcasts, Facebook, Instagram, and Apple Podcasts is coming soon, so be on the lookout for that. Lastly, we are creating a website. It is currently in construction, but still, go to parabiz.biz, that is ParaBiz.biz, and enter your email so you can be the first to know when our website is up and running. Today, I will be introducing ParaBiz to you. I will be talking about who we are, what we do, and why we do it. After, I will lay down our purpose and how you play a part in our mission. ParaBiz is a Christian, right-wing business media company. We believe that the moral, Christ-centered freedom that our country was founded on has been replaced by a corporate, communistic culture. Our country's motivation is no longer individual choice and personal destiny, but corporate monopoly. Our lives and country must be centered on objective moral truths. Our commerce and economy must follow these truths as well. We are Christian, right-wing, and freedom-centered individuals who are tired of the endless preaching about the innate moral values capitalism expresses. Capitalism is a naturally amoral idea. It is a system of economic function that is free of morality, both good and bad. Many will advocate for socialism or communism as a moral substitute for capitalism, but we resolutely reject these ideologies. We believe here at ParaBiz that capitalism can be used both for good and for bad. It is true that it may require less force to implement within a society, but that does not mean it is inherently moral. It can be used both for good and bad. It can be used to generate monopolies. It can be used to take advantage of the libertarians who do not want any government intervention. If profit is made and you're not hurting anybody, you're totally fine. One could be selling bad products and making a fortune on a lie, but you're still following the framework of capitalism. The difference between capitalists and Christians is that we don't believe that capitalism is the way of the future. We believe that Christianity is the way of the future, as it has been in the past and the present. Therefore, capitalism is, in our belief, the best method forward, but it is not a laissez-faire capitalism. It is not libertarianism. Because human beings, when they have power, become corrupt. They have been corrupted forever, and they will continue to corrupt until man is no longer on this earth. The difference here is that we believe that capitalism with moral values can be used for good. Our goal is to bring capitalism and Christian principles together. We are talking about pairing something inherently neutral, capitalism, and pairing it with the definition of good, Christ. A Christ-centered business model and a Proverbs-centered business model is what we as a company strive toward. Honesty is at the center of all profit and business motives. Profit is one side of the business transaction. Goods and services are made and provided, and in return, those who made said goods and services are rewarded with payment. Even though many businesses' motives are profit, a Christ-centered business model will not taint its products quality for monetary gain. ParaBiz's goal is to give the best information about business in the parallel economy today to you, and we want to make a lot of money doing so along the way. It's an honest business model. Proverbs says, "Wealth gained by dishonesty will be diminished, but he who gathers by labor will increase." This is how we approach our work. By the sweat of our brow we will work and build wealth. Mainstream businesses today gain wealth by any means necessary. Marx says, "For what will it profit a man if he gains the whole world and lose his soul?" Christians should gain wealth by working honestly without using thievery, lying, or malice. As a Christian right-wing media company, it is expected of us to be something that is not a characteristic of most, if not all, media companies today. Our goal is to not attack or dedicate shows attacking those who we oppose. Sowing discourse is not why we exist. We're here to promote good investigation and verification of businesses in our parallel economy. Proverbs says, "A worthless person, a wicked man, walks with a perverse mouth. He winks with his eyes. He shuffles his feet. He points with his fingers. Perversity is in his heart. He devises evil continually, and he sows discord." Our first goal is to promote good, not point fingers toward the bad. If our business plan was built on only attacking the bad, what would happen when all the bad is gone? Our goal is to provide viable solutions and examples that counteract the globalist, corporate, communist oligarchy in the mainstream economy. So, as this goes forward, do not come to the show expecting to see pieces on Jeff Bezos and Mark Zuckerberg. They have their place, but that is not our main goal. Our goal is to give you a list of well-researched and vetted businesses that deserve patronage, not because of who they are, but a combination of who they are, what they're doing, how they're doing it, and why. You can't just say, "Oh, there are Christians here, go support them." There are many examples of Christians that are creating businesses which are falling into the trap of serving the capitalists before Christ. We must be Christians first, in life and in business. That is our goal, and as we continue to provide you the news, we hope that more and more of you will join in the fight. So, the parallel economy. What is it, and how do we look for it? I quote Andrew Torba in an article on Gab when he says, "We must exit this broken and failing system and start building a new one immediately. We are not revolutionaries. We are not violent. We are reformers. And we are builders. When we up and leave the existing system in favor of our own, the existing system will crumble without us ever lifting a finger." Now, let's start. Alternative businesses. This is how you start. You must find, vet, and then patronize these businesses. Well, how? First step, go into your local town, drive around, and find a store whose name you don't recognize. Most of us shop at all the same name brand stores. After you find that store, look up their story. Find out how they became what they are. Find out their plans for the future. And find out why they're here. Next, look them up on social media. Find out who owns this store. Discover how they live their life and what they live by. Do they truly model what they preach? Do they truly practice what they preach? Third, consumer behavior. How to actively choose alternative businesses. This is one of the biggest ones. Go local, like we've talked about. But at the same time that you go local, you should stop patronizing corporate stores and sites. Because it doesn't matter if you still support these stores that are in the mainstream economy and then just add more money to the parallel. You're not hurting this economy. The point is to transfer money from the mainstream economy to the alternative. Only that way will our effects be felt by the world at large. Support those businesses where you can get to know the owner within your community. Before we ever had mainstream stores, before we ever had faceless business models, people knew who ran these stores. People knew who was behind the counter. Was the owner in today? When does the owner get in? Can I talk to the owner? How is this gentleman or this lady doing today? You were buying from someone that you trusted because you knew them. They were not only a member of the business, they were the member of your community. And that is the most important way to add accountability to any store and business. Third, buy directly from the business itself. Avoid using third-party online extensions or avoid using someone else to get these. Don't use delivery services that take a fee because you're adding money to the mainstream economy while you're trying to give money to the parallel economy. Number 4, you must understand that this requires sacrifice. It will be more expensive to buy from the parallel economy. Understand that because parallel economy businesses are not being subsidized by the government or huge financial institutions and are not yet able to take advantage of the economy of scale, their goods and services may be more expensive. It is our responsibility to use these goods and services anyway. Better that 100% of your money go to the parallel economy and people who support you rather than those who hate you. The people in the mainstream economy, not all, but the core people that run this economy, see you and me and us at ParaBiz as a necessary evil. They don't want the customer reviews. They don't want the complaints. They don't want the people in their stores. They just want the cash. And if they could get the cash by any means necessary, they will do it. Don't think that you're important to these people because you're not. But in a parallel economy, you will be. We all will be. Because we hold each other accountable. That's the biggest part of this. And the way we start doing that is by diverting as much cash and wealth as possible away from the globalist oligarchs. Before I go, remember to follow us on Gab and Twitter at ParaBiz, that is at ParaBiz. And subscribe to ParaBiz Media on Rumble, YouTube, BitChute, Spotify podcasts, Facebook, Instagram, and be on the lookout for Apple Podcasts because it is coming soon. Remember to also go to our website at parabiz.biz and enter your email so you can be notified as soon as our website is up and running. Remember, this is not going to be easy. People are going to tell you to just sacrifice your morals for convenience because that's what we've been doing for a long time. It is not going to help anybody but those in power. As Americans and as Christians, we believe that everyone has the same individual rights, born the same, created in the image of the Creator. Businesses should recognize that the power lay with the consumer, not with them. Just like the government should realize that the power lay with the people who grant the government the ability to govern, only under our consent. Thank you so much for watching. Be on the lookout for the next show. I'll see you then.